All right, hey everybody, back with another newsfeed video here for you, and today we're going to kick this one off right off the bat. Ford's affordable Skunk Work EV. Okay, this is their new thing that they got coming here. They're going to offer it two different ways. It's going to be a truck, and then they also have a small SUV. But what they've basically been doing is the automaker revealed in February that it is a small Skunk Works team hard at work on a new platform that will underpin at least two low-cost EVs, likely a small truck and a small crossover. The team was formed sometime in 2021 and includes a bevy of hired talent from EV brands like Tesla, Rivian, and Lucid. The reason they do this is they want to compete with China. They're worried about the China-made EVs that are here, and they got to be able to fight these. So said Ford's been pretty tight-lipped about the technical specifics for the EV project. Still, though, through leaks and official statements from Ford, we've been able to learn a little bit more about what forms Ford's cheapest EVs will take. So they're going, I don't know if this is good or bad. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool, but again, I don't like the idea of Ford saying they got to make them cheaper for us, cheaper quality to sell them at a lower price. Like I said, a lot of these, like BYD, a lot of these other Chinese ones are very good quality and are a cheaper price. Okay, Hyundai, Kia's pumping out some pretty good ones at a cheaper price. Is still good quality. Why does Ford assume that it has to be, we have to pay the price? We have to, like they're not giving us more for less like other companies are. They're giving us less for less. I don't know if I really agree with this philosophy they're doing here. But what we see here is, unlike Ford's previous efforts, we do know that Ford intentionally not going all out on big batteries for this platform. Again, we're getting less for less. Farley thinks that Ford EV future is based on volume and low cost, less for less. And one of the ways it plans to keep its cost down and prices cheap is by restricting battery sizes, less for less. Bigger batteries means bigger prices because it's the most expensive part of an EV. EV buyers are price sensitive, and the diminishing returns of range on large batteries as well as the elevated costs associated with them aren't getting buyers behind the wheel like the brand thought. No, what's not getting buyers behind the brand like you thought is because you're charging too much money for them compared to other cars out there. When you're shopping EVs, Ford is ridiculously high. So is Chevy, okay, compared to what's out there. The overseas models are winning this stuff. So what will a Ford EV look like? In all honesty, it's something we won't know for a while. Ford's EV lineup could follow a Mach-E-like theme, or it could be styled more like the line's European EV themes, like the Capri or Explorer EV. It could take on a number of forms. We don't know. They have no idea yet. But all we know is that Ford is working on a small, cheap, affordable EV car or mini like SUV here, and they are also coming out with a mini EV pickup truck as well too on this smaller platform. So it's possible the truck could follow the pattern set by Ford's popular Maverick compact pickup truck. We don't know what's happening there. Moving on from there though, Honda is patenting a Midgate. Okay, here it is right here. This is the Midgate option. So the Midgate is the section behind your rear seats that separates the bed of the truck and the back of the cab. Well, Honda is going to actually make a movable position Midgate and a movable position roof. So you can actually extend the roof and the Midgate back. It's pretty cool here what they're planning on doing, but this is the Midgate here, and it's going to be able to slide back and forth. The roof itself will be able to slide back and forth, as you see here. So this whole rear window and the panel will be able to move forward and aft on the vehicle. Pretty interesting. We'll see what they do with this. It's got some pretty cool potential to see as you look at these images here. There it is in one position, and it's going to have this like some sort of think of like the Colorado or the Silverado Avalanche, how it had these weird structures back here. Well, that allows the roof and the Midgate in the rear window to slide backwards. Here it is in the forward position. And then here when we hit it, here's the Midgate in the aft position. And then the roof line in the aft position. And this will have something that fills it in. Pretty interesting, but it's something that Honda's working on. Not sure what it'll do, how well it'll be, but they're working on something. I like the idea of a drop-down Midgate so you could do pass-through stuff from the bed right into the cab for like carrying longer pieces of trim, things like that when you're working on stuff. That's pretty cool to give that option. Or even let your dogs run back and forth in between there. Between the seats and the back end if you got a cap on there. got some potential. We'll see what they do with it. Now this one, the main thumbnail. Can the Honda 2025 Frontier's more appealing equipment help it stay relevant against new competition? The 2025 refresh of the Frontier, in my opinion, is spot on. Okay, this thing is perfect. But I don't think this article understands who the people that are buying this is. Now, Nissan is never going to sell as many as they do Colorados or Tacomas or anything like that out there. It's just not going to have that. It's Nissan. It doesn't have the power and the punch to do that. But what people, especially the person who wrote this article, is not understanding is who the buyer is of a Nissan Frontier. And that's what we want to talk about here. This is, it's like I said, this thing is done well. Okay, there's no doubt about it. And we've done a full, I'll link it at the end, but I did a full review on this truck, talking about it, full updates on everything coming into 2025. So that's going to be, I'll link it at the end for you. It shows all the same kind of stuff here for you. But when we look at this article on here, he's talking about we're a few short weeks away from the release of the 2025 Frontier. We'll forgive you if you forgot about the Frontier and missed a recent blast of new and revised small mid-size trucks. And there has been a ton of them this year. Okay, 2024 was the year of the mid-size. The new Honda Santa Cruz. You got the new Colorado that came out. You got the Canyon. You got the Ranger. You got the Tacoma. You got all this new stuff that's happening. Here, it's kind of, the Frontier was refreshed in 2022, so it's kind of sitting on the back burner a little bit here. And now they're going to go on and they're going to say that our brush with the 2024 Nissan Frontier left us impressed with its rugged styling, solid towing ability, but less than enamored with its mediocre fuel economy and its lack of some standard driving assist features, and a driver's experience is decidedly old school. Can the 2025 turn things around? That's the miss right there. Okay, that's where this guy or girl or whoever wrote this article does not understand that people aren't buying this truck for the things that he wants changed in it. They're buying it because it doesn't have the things that are changed, that they want changed. Okay, they want to take this truck and they want to turn it into a Colorado, or they want to turn it into the new Tacoma or a new Ranger, and that is not what people are after. People buy this for its Japanese build, simple, reliable, functional, capable, and great price, and naturally aspirated V6 that will stand a long time and it's going to run good. That's the reason that people buy this, okay? They say on here, where do you say that? They're talking about what it gets, standard trims, squared off appearance, that's an upgrade. So we already talked about that in that other video that I linked, but here's what they say right here. As we've already mentioned, one of the biggest flaws with the current Nissan Frontier is the lack of standard driving assisted features. Nissan is widely addressing that in the 2025 model with lane departure warning, blind spot warning, cross traffic alert, rear parking sensors, high beam assist, and intelligent cruise control are now standard. That's cool that they're standard, but realistically, I could care less about any of that. I don't own a vehicle with blind spot warning. I turn off the lane departure warning. I don't want learn to drive a truck. And the people that are buying this, they're happy with knowing how to drive a truck. They know how to use their mirrors. They really do. If they're buying a Frontier, they probably know how to use their mirrors. They don't need something to parallel park for them or to park or back their stupid trailer up. They know how to do it already. That's the kind of people that buy this. So they don't want all this tech and this BS in them. Now, it's good it's coming for that for some of these people that do want it, but if it jacks the price up, people don't want this. They're happy without it. No mechanical upgrades. Previously, the Frontier's transmission struggled to find the right gear next to suffering from lousy fuel economy, a noisy V6, heavy steering, and clumsy handling. Okay? All we heard in that, people that love the Frontier, is reliability, proven, old school, works good, and not going to fail. That's what we heard here. That's the sentence we heard. But they say struggle. They say struggle. We say good. Okay, again, this article is aimed at the wrong people. These aren't the people that are buying a Frontier. People buy it for these reasons. No mechanical upgrades for 2025. It looks like none of these issues will be improved in a new model, though fans of a yesteryear styling driving experience still have the Nissan to look forward to. That's who buys it. Those are the people who buy it. They're fed up with what's out there. They don't want it fake engine noises pumped through. They don't want to buy a 4-cylinder turbo. They don't want all the tech. They don't want their computer controlled this and that BS stuff and it breaking and warning them and all the crap that it does. And they don't want that. They want a simple, affordable, long-lasting, reliable, well-built truck. That's who buys a Nissan Frontier. That's who used to buy a Toyota Tacoma. That's the reason Toyota Tacoma sales are down so much. Okay, the Tacoma may still be a very good, maybe one of the best seller midsize still, but it's lost a tremendous amount. Okay, the days of Tacoma selling like crazy and hotcakes and everybody wanting one, they're over. Why? Because Tacoma left what the Frontier is to chase those people that in this article they're saying these are we want. But Toyota's finding out there's a lot of people that didn't want that. They wanted what they had before. Nissan sees that. There's a reason Nissan didn't do these upgrades and adjust all this stuff. Okay, obviously pricing will be a big factor in updating our take on Nissan's mid-size truck, but the automaker isn't ready to provide that information yet. Pricing is going to stay the same. Why? Because it's Nissan and they're not stupid. Okay, and they're not playing these games and they're watching what's there. So this article, who wrote it, whoever it is, this guy right here, cool guy, I'm sure, does a good job on things, but he's missing the point on who wants to buy the Frontier. Okay, do not, Nissan, if you're hearing me, do not try to make the Frontier like all other trucks on the market and then share that segment with them. Let your Frontier be the standalone that it is for what it is and why people love it, and absorb that kind of a client and customer. I think that's your best bet for you. And you did it fantastic with the upgrade on the 2025. This is a perfectly done refresh on here, and I love it, and I think you did well. Just remember who your true customers are rather than chasing the greener grass on the other side. Stay loyal to what you are and why people have taken you from last to really climbing you up really high right now because of what it is you're currently offering. Don't veer away from them. So let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.